Again, welcome to Swim Focus. This is Mike. We're going to take a look at head position and body position and see how head position can actually affect us. So one thing people don't think about when we're talking about body position is buoyancy, right? So where do we actually carry the buoyancy in our bodies, right? You can think of just people when they're swimming. Let's just take a look here, just as I swim by here. Just naturally, what do you think the most buoyant part of your body is, right? I mean, is it your chest, hips, feet, head? Definitely not your head. It's probably going to be your chest, right? Because that's where you carry your oxygen, right? So if you're taking a big breath of air, you got tons of buoyancy in there, right? And that's going to affect how you're sitting in the water, right? So if we're able to kind of relax and just keep a nice standard amount of air in our lungs, that's where we're going to be comfortable in the water, right? But today we're talking a little bit about head position in this video. So what do we think about head, right? A head is actually quite heavy, right? So if I lift my head up, we're going to have a force coming somewhere down on the body here. So let's bring a drawing tool up here. So if I lift this head up here to this position here, I'm going to generate a force that's going to push my hips down. Right? And I lift my head up, my chest is going to come up as well. Again, reducing the buoyancy in the water, hips are going to sink down again. Okay, so we want to make sure that we keep our head down below the water where it's kind of neutral, right? Where it's not putting a lot of tension in our neck. The water's kind of actually lifting your head in that position. It's just holding there, right? You don't actually have to keep a tense neck or any tension in your body. It's just about being relaxed and then letting the water do the work for you, okay? So what are some issues that people have with head position? Generally, we just see that people are looking forward. So if you learn in a quite a busy lane or in a tri group, which is often like just calamity in the water, right? Everyone going everywhere. You tend to push off the wall looking like this, so you're not going to run into anyone, right? But if you're looking forward, what that's going to do is that's going to lift your head up, right? So your head's going to be a little more vertical here. So your eyes are going to be looking forward. Your head's going to be here, right? That's again going to push our hips down, okay? And then we're going to have trouble keeping our legs up, right? You're going to like your pull boy, very common in triathletes, right? Okay, so let's clear that. The other thing that people do is their coach says, hey, put your head down, so they bury their head, so their head's down here. And what happens is the water starts running over top you and breaking around your shoulders. Huge amounts of drag that you're doing. Your hips are probably almost even too high because you're pushing all this buoyancy down in the water with your chest, and the hips pop up way too much, right? So the idea here is that we want to keep our head just in a neutral position. We don't want to be overdoing it because then we're going to create a lot of drag. We don't want to be lifting our head up because our hips are going to come down. We're going to create drag in another spot, okay? So the head position is actually like one of the most important things, but it's also one of the easiest things to fix. Grab a snorkel, do a couple drills, and we'll show some drills here in just a second. Okay, so it's going to pause. Okay, here are my two favorite drills for body position in freestyle. Okay, so we're going to see here just kicking, head down. You can wear a snorkel, you can wear fins, doesn't really matter. The idea here is that we want to hold this body line, right? So you can see water is kind of halfway up your head, maybe even towards the back of your head. Totally great. We're looking at our hips at the surface, feet down here. Notice where the eyes are looking, right? The eyes are going to be looking down. I'll show you an underwater video here in just a second of this, but you can see the eyes are looking down. The spine's nice and aligned. That's exactly what we're looking for, okay? So I'm going to clear this. And okay, so here's the underwater of that video here. So we can see eyes are looking down. Let's maybe back it up just a bit here. Eyes are looking down, hips are at the surface, heels are breaking the surface. Maybe a little bit too much knee bend here if I'm correcting my own kick. But the idea here is that the eyes are looking down, right? Maybe slightly forward. You can think maybe looking maybe a meter in front of you, maybe 2 meters, somewhere in that range. So it could be somewhere in between these two areas, right? But that's definitely keeping us in this great line here. Okay, so I'm just going to play the video so we can see it. And here we go. Okay, so there's the breath up that we saw. Woo, and you can really see what happened when I lifted my head, right? So I'm going for a breath here, but watch what happens. Imagine when you're swimming and you lift your head or your head's too high. You can really see the hips sink right down, create all that drag, okay? Okay, now head goes back down and we're gonna see the hips pop up, head in a good alignment. There, we got that good body position again, okay? So that's what we're looking for in a head position. Okay, we'll just finish off with a view here, taking a look at the head position in this swim. Eyes down, head aligned, hips, let's go back, head, hips, and feet, all in one line. That's what you're looking for. Head position is the starting point of your body position. First thing you should look for. Okay, so if you don't have that cased, jump into the rubric, watch some drill videos, figure out what you need to do, and move forward. Thanks, Mike.